is a college, a community college in the LA Community College District. We're one of 9 sister campuses. At any given time, there's 30,000 people attending our college. So it could be its own small college. Through the last 10 years, they've been gaining momentum on teaching online, anywhere from wholly online to hybrid to web supported. So a lot of the administrators and a lot of the instructors and chairs were finding out that, well, we're putting up content, but is it properly set up? And one of the ways they measured this was through the Office of Institutional Effectiveness, and they measure student success and retention. So through them, these problems developed or came up, these questions. Online instructors weren't designing courses effectively. The existing pedagogy class, before the class that I designed for this project, it was too theoretical, it wasn't practical. It was prescriptive, not descriptive. And it assumed that faculty had taught before taking the course. So in a way, it begged the question. It begged the question because it assumed faculty taught, but in order to teach online here on this campus, you have to not only be versed in the learning management system, but also have taken a pedagogy course, putting the cart before the horse. And then again, success and retention was just horrendous for some of these classes. It was even worse, and it could account for anything, really. So why was this a problem? Because the Office of Distance Education, which oversees the program directly, were showing that they were trying to rectify this problem through an existing course, but it wasn't working. So it was stunning growth and accreditation. Accreditation is very important to any school. One of the ways that accreditation evaluates is to know that an online class isn't necessarily, or has to be actually, does not have to be, or sorry, is not a correspondence course. Right? There has to be faculty-initiated contact, not just student. So that means, for many of you, the instructor has to be posting announcements, posting content for you, not just to submit, but actually interact with you, right? And lastly, and aside, the other most important thing from accreditation is, the AFT is the teacher union who governs, or who helps run the teachers. They don't want a separate class of instructor assessment. All classes have to be assessed on the same level. So it doesn't matter if your class is online or you're teaching online, it cannot be assessed any different from your online to face-to-face. So the solution to the problem was to reimagine the pedagogy course, to make it more practical, more rooted in real life than in just reading the book and, you know, there you go. And to incorporate our administrators. They have a lot of real-world experience in managing online faculty. And show really how to integrate multimedia, not just putting audio files or videos, but also using like Skype or using SlideShare, using a lot of the multimedia. So this is, the next few slides are screenshots. This is the general login after instructors log in. This is our course management system. So they have to be versed in Etudes, that's our course management system. And as you can see, it's a very robust system. But part of the reason why we chose to go this route and go 100% online is a lot of our faculty learn how to use it, but don't realize what it is to be a student within using this. So they might think, well, I could use X, Y, and Z. They'll see it, right? They'll just know how to use it. Well, many of them found out that that was not the case. The modules, these are not only articles or lectures, but they're also video casts, audio files. Karen's 2 cents. So Karen McMahon is the Dean of Distance Education. She's the young woman here in the white. She was kind enough to record her 2 cents worth. To be ADA compliant, we have to include the transcript also. Many of those things were, you know, don't do this, because if you do this, you'll land in my office and then I have to start scolding you. Other things were demographic. Sometimes our instructors forget our demographic, the student population we really service. they're not your average college students. They're more like the Miss students here. They're full-time students aside from being full-time parents or full-time employees. And lastly, moving away from the pedagogy to the andragogy. We're not teaching children, we're teaching adults. Assignments. The assignments came about from the real world experience, case studies. For example, the assignment I have here is, thank you, is we were seeing that cheating takes place. So how do we curb cheating? Well, we try to make the instructor realize, well, not only is the student cheating, but you might be aiding in the cheating. You're relying too much on public share content. Maybe vary your questions. Think more critical thinking, not just subjective. And discussions. Discussions are really important because they create the community. As many of you have seen, you can get pretty, oh, this is cool, to, oh, this is horrendous, what an abomination, right? So, satisfaction guarantee. Yes, a lot of the course really gained momentum, and it satisfied a lot of the goals set to it. So it was general enough to apply to online and hybrid, but also could be used for web design. For web enhanced courses. The faculty really understood that they're no longer the head or the center of the course. Really, it's their students. So they're just one means to an end. And then the faculty really liked that we weren't just dictating to them, you have to do it this way. No, this is one of the ways you can do it. Try another. You come back to me and tell me what worked for you. My advice, from the right to the left, they sort of go together. So have the support from your bosses. My bosses, they were great, but they realized that it was still my project. They offered a lot of input. Learn the system you're going to be using. If you don't know the bells and whistles of what you're going to be using, you can't help faculty. Some faculty were coming at me, you did this great, how do you do that? I'm like, of course, well, this is how you do it. You draw from your experience. I'm sure we all as students have had poor teachers who flake on us, teachers who are like, turn this in, I'll talk to you in 2 weeks. That's what we're trying to curb. And then as teachers, they need to draw from their experiences as instructors, right? And lastly, tailor to your campus, tailor to your audience. This is why you can't have like a canned course, because again, you need to keep your audience in mind. Lastly, online courses, the faculty who went through these, anecdotally, they improved. We cannot by AFT, by union contract, draw the like a post and pre, because it breaks confidentiality. There's a lot of murkiness there, but we did find that a lot of instructors were very satisfied. They wanted more. They wanted to have face-to-face as well as online components, and they just like to know that they're not the only ones who are building online, and they want more community. And it has improved success and retention anecdotally again. These are the people I'd like to thank, especially the two back there, Netta and Sadie, who are my team members. Any questions?